Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi
Look
there.
who I found up here in Oregon. It's Yayuna's Journeys. It's Alma.
Hi.
And we're gonna go ahead and we're at the gardens.
Yep.
At the Oregon Garden Resort.
In Silverton?
Yep. And we are going to take a tram tour and we're gonna bring you along with us. So let's get going.
All right, let's go. I'm excited. And go ahead and sit anywhere you'd like.
Okay.
You can hear me from both the cabs there. Most legroom's going to be in the back row of the first cab, though. Okay.
Okay. All right. This is our
choose your first one.
this is
That
our
way you can get the
tram.
better seat.
It's our tram, you guys.
The back seat over here has more legroom, so this is where we'll sit.
Let's get this wagon rolling.
And then go ahead and sit anywhere you'd like.
Okay.
You can hear me from both the cabs there. Most legroom's going to be in the back row of the first cab, though. Okay.
Okay. All right. This is our
choose your first one.
this is
That
our
way you can get the
tram.
better seat.
It's our tram, you guys.
The back seat over here has more legroom, so this is where we'll sit.
Let's get this wagon rolling. It is a beautiful and breezy end of summer day here in Silverton. The Oregon garden consists of 120 acres total. Those 120 acres are owned by the city of Silverton and managed by the Open Garden Nonprofit Foundation. Close to parts of the garden here. But I'll be able to tell you a little more about that later on the tour.
Do you know what nutria are?
I do not.
They're rodents of unusual size.
Yes, I do know what
With
those are.
what color teeth are they?
Yellow.
And they're here?
Yeah.
They're here.
I had no idea.
They were brought up to Oregon in the 20s, and then the stock market crashed, and they just let them loose, supposedly, is what I heard.
Yeah, they're pretty, they're invasive.
Yeah.
I knew they were like down in South America, right?
Uh-huh,
I have quite a few trees drooping and wilting.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is actually how that tree grows there, with its limbs spread across the ground. So that is a cobra, Norway spruce tree. This is also a good spot to see more frogs and even snakes and ducks and nutria. I really like the dark purple blue ones myself. And also these tall magnolia trees are starting to bloom around the garden as well, with their very big white petaled blossoms that smell so nice. Such as bees, butterflies. Across from there on the left we have our sensory garden. This sensory garden is here to appeal to all of our senses, especially our sense of touch and our sense of smell, including the fun water curtain. Coming up on the left-hand side here is a tall tree with little white flowers on it at the edge of that fence line there. This tall tree with the little white flowers on the left here is a Harlequin Glory Bower tree. And when you rub the leaves on that tree, it smells like peanut butter. Mostly all the trees we have growing here at the garden grow upwards vertically. However, this tree coming up on the left here is the exception to that, growing horizontally across the metal pole here. That is a weeping blue Atlas cedar. We have a few of those weeping blues growing around the garden. However, that specific variety of cedar itself is endangered. We're approaching is the start of our home demonstration garden. This is a great spot to walk through and around to take home ideas for a garden of your own, as well as shows you the different ways to landscape that yard and garden area. The planter boxes on the perimeter are my favorite part.
I love the crepes.
The hillside to the right of us where the walking path is our hardy fuchsia garden, with lots of other beautiful blossoms happening up there as well. You can see some of those fuchsia flowers on the very bottom on the right hand side, with their little bell-shaped flowers that are pink, purple, or white. Whether from the food they produce or themselves, raw, cooked, steamed, or dried. There's a pomegranate tree in there I have my eye on. Plants you'll find in this garden have some sort of healing or therapeutic properties, whether in large or small amounts. Gorgeous orange flowers on the left that we're passing, about to pass again, or canna lilies. The leaves on those are my favorite.
Oh, it smells so good.
And they're quite fragrant too, if they're not all hiding under the vegetation. It's known as our garden green, and is an especially popular spot during the spring and summertime for all kinds of outdoor events, such as concerts, movie screenings, and weddings. As you can imagine, the bride coming down the staircase there on the left. And there's different plaques that go into more detail about those plants and how to landscape with them too. If you look straight back towards the edge perimeter of that pet-friendly garden, underneath the shade of that large tree, you'll see a bust of a collie there with the yellow ribbon on it. That is Bobby the Wonder Dog. Bobby and his family used to live here in Silverton, Oregon many, many years ago. And the story goes that Bobby and his family traveled together out of state for vacation, but unfortunately ended up getting separated from each other. The family had searched tirelessly for days for Bobby, but had to come back home without him. But, wouldn't you know it, a few weeks later, Bobby showed right back up on their doorstep, traveling over 2,000 miles by himself to get back home.
Incredible journey.
The city of Silverton hosts an annual pet parade in his honor in downtown Silverton.
That's what it's
And you can also read more about him in our visitor center as well.
Alma just found out what the pet parade was for all these
Make our way up
years.
the hillside here. This area on the left is going to some of my favorites from this garden include the different types of fern leaves you can see, and also the holly bushes. Those always remind me of Christmas, especially when they have the red berries on them. On the left-hand side here, you're going to see some bushes there with some glossy, pointed green leaves with some blue little berries on it. That is our state flower, the Oregon grape. On the right here, we're approaching another one of our famous trees. It's going to be that Japanese maple on the right there next to that stone structure. And although we do have many Japanese maples growing at the garden, this one specifically here on the right was actually one of the first trees transplanted into the Oregon garden. This specific Japanese maple is also estimated to be 100 years old. And it has a root system that's about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. Which you can tell from the size of the trunk alone on it. No need for animatronics here.